Let's introduce our family of co-hosts today. The host of the Joe Pags Show, Joe Pags himself, host of Stacey on the Right, Stacey Washington, and Republican strategist Bobby Eberle. Welcome to all of you. I don't know whether we make a comment on landing on Mars, but that's kind of, I would think Joe Pags has something to say about that.
Well, I mean, being in Texas, you know, we're very proud of the space race and all of that. But landing on Mars, I was just on Twitter for the past hour and a half arguing about Ted Cruz. So I'm sure somebody on Twitter will say, well, you landed on Mars. I think Cruz took his kids there for the past couple of days. So it's news to me. You guys broke the news for me. I didn't know that happened, but it is exciting.
Yeah, it took 7 months.
The sense that kids can look up to the stars and think, hey, we could possibly go there in our lifetime. I think it's really exciting.
That's right. You know, I was growing up during the space race, and it was an exciting time for me. Everybody back then, it was not political. I mean, this was something that, in fact, as we were looking, Stacey, at all those scientists involved with getting Rover there, I don't know or care whether they're Republican or Democrat or what, but that's something we can all keep our eye there. And sometimes you get great technological advances through this.
So you know what I do when it gets too partisan? There are like 3 or 4 of these videos on YouTube that you can Google, and it's what is the biggest planet in the universe. If you look at that video, it takes you from the biggest known planet or body in the universe all the way down to the tiniest little fragments that are still considered to be planets. And the video is so epic. We watch it on our big television, and you sit there and you watch these planets. Our planet is like the size of an atom in comparison to these planets. And it places such an enormous amount of perspective on our arguments here on Earth. Like, we are literally arguing amongst ourselves, a country of 330 million people, and there are planets out there to which our planet, the entire thing, is a speck in comparison in size. And so it just gives you a lot of perspective. So I think this Mars landing is a great time for us to all, as Americans, just look at what we can do. When we're not fighting, look at what we can do. This is a phenomenal achievement.
And so they weren't blue planets or red planets. They were just whatever. So do you remember the name or the number of the biggest body out there?
So there's one that's like C411
yeah,
8.
Exactly. They give them numbers and letters.
Them have beautiful names. Like, they have these it's there, and some of them are literally, they're stars, but they're still planets because scientists can differentiate, us regular people cannot. But I tell you, the first time I saw the video, it was so striking to me on my little phone that I ran into the family room and I cut off what they were watching and put it up on the screen. They were like, Mom, what are you doing? I'm like, you have to see this. And we sat there with our mouths open watching this video, and it is so inspiring because it makes you think to yourself, there are celestial bodies out there of this size and scope, and we are here on this earth, and we can do so much more than just argue.
Yeah, you know, I'm somebody that grew up and watched the space race. I watched them as they went through their failures and their successes. And when we actually land on the moon, folks, it was a big deal, and it was exciting. You still keeping track of?
I am. I'm keeping track because Perseverance is tweeting now from Mars, and the latest "Hello World," my first look at my forever home, and it's a shot of the live camera shooting out there at Mars. So, but if you want to follow, it is at NASA Persevere. So,
and there's the celebration. Again, some of the best and brightest. To be able to accomplish this, the science involved, to get together and to target Mars. And, you know, this is a step toward possibly putting human beings there, possibly building a biosphere, not in Arizona, but actually on another planet. The idea of doing that is kind of exciting. And I always get excited because, as I said, Heather, as a kid, grew up watching that, and that's the best and the brightest in what we can be. Put aside all the politics and actually focus on a joint goal.
Right, American ingenuity. So that's why I was glad we were also showing the video of all of those men and women that have been doing that work, the unsung heroes who will not be recognized, but we recognize them right here on Newsmax. Awesome. So good job, guys. Great job.
Yeah, we put off our talk about a conversation last night President Trump had with Greg Kelly. We'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah, coming up after this break. Stay with us.